On to the next slide. Remember, in the past we've offered our students two 40-minute periods in order to be able, on consecutive days, to be able to do their writing. Now we are changing this so that students have a total of 90 minutes, or a minimum of 90 minutes, or whatever it takes within that period, that it has to occur on just one day in one sitting. It's one 90-minute sitting. It's recommended that the students have 90 minutes, but if a student needs more time than that in order to be able to finish, because you're not going to tell them to stop, you can't finish that sentence, or stop, you can't finish that thought, or stop, you can't finish that paragraph. Let them go ahead and finish that particular paragraph within the confines of that 90 minutes and additional. Make sure that there's some time that's added onto that in case students need additional. It's allowable. They can have as much time as they need in order to be able to write this. But what they found through the research and talking with other states that have these type of online writing, that 90 minutes is ample time for a student to do all of the writing process and be ready to submit their particular piece of writing. One other thing that we need to make sure that we actually address here, if I get this slide, okay, is that the pre-writing can be done on paper that's furnished by you, or the student can choose to pre-write right on the computer and produce that rough draft, or they can do the work entirely on the computer. It doesn't make any difference how they do that. It's all in how a student feels more comfortable in order to be able to do that. The one thing that we have to remember, though, that when the testing session is done, any paper that's furnished by the district has to be collected by the teacher or the test administrator, and it has to be properly destroyed. It can't leave the testing area at all. One thing that's available on the online edition is, if you look at number 13, is that all editing tools, including thesaurus, dictionary, even cut and paste and spell check, are available for editing the final copy before they submit it, or they choose to submit it, which is a really big step towards change within our writing system and our testing system. So I think our students, I'm hoping, my vision, I'm going to put it this way, my vision is that the students will respond very well to this. We've already been having them do some things in some districts online, and now this will make this be even more interesting. Now, if you look at item number 14, the online practice test for writing is available on January 24th, and you can access this particular assessment through the CAL software. If you just give me a second here, I'm going to go out to the CAL software and share that with you. Hold on. I need to go out here. I didn't realize that was going to have to happen. Whoop. Firefox. Hold on. If you, I'm not able to get this up right now, but if you go out to the Nebraska State website and let me get this back. The Nebraska State Writing website, all of these particular tools, the practice test, and then eventually the NeSA writing prompt will all be available. To you. Let's go back to my slideshow. Go to slide 16. Okay, So that's slide 16. If we go to slide number 17, which talks about additional pilot information, this is a really important slide. Last year, when the state did random checks of while the NeSA-W was being administered, and there were some test administration breaches which were being in place or occurring. And so they're very specific this year on this online pilot assessment information and in the administration manual about the fact that graphic organizers, story starters, and story frames, as teachers, we cannot give those to the students as a part of the state testing program. The only thing they can have in front of them is their computer that they're going to be using, any district-provided paper for their drafting or notes, and a writing utensil. You might want to make sure you have pencils available for them and maybe a few more pencils in case one would break. But that's the only equipment that should be available in the testing area at all. Also, I want to draw your attention to the second bullet on this particular page.